My story is about emotional intelligence in the context of teaching. We all know that without teachers, no other professions would be possible. This makes teaching one of the most important and demanding professions in contemporary society. Not only do teachers have to transmit knowledge, but they also have to ensure that students acquire learning skills, as well as socially and culturally relevant behaviors. But we also know from the literature that teaching is a job of high emotional labor, which in the context of teaching refers to the emotional resources that are required inside and outside of the classroom. But this also means that teaching can lead to a number of negative outcomes, such as high occupational stress, poor coping, job dissatisfaction, mental health difficulties, job burnout, and ultimately leaving the profession, oftentimes within 2 to 3 years of starting to work. The thing is, teachers have been given little support, and even though there has been a large Canadian movement towards mental health awareness and assessment in schools, the change has been directed towards students, which is great of course, but it's left teachers to fend for themselves. So given that we know effective teachers have such an influence on desirable student outcomes, my research uses emotional intelligence training to support these teachers. What is emotional intelligence? Well, the model that this program uses is one with 7 facets, and each of these contributes to the identification, processing, and regulation of emotion, and thus decreases negative and improves positive outcomes associated with teaching. So instead of using this as a way of dealing with stress, we teach emotional intelligence skills. As a simplistic model, we could say that the event occurs, we interpret it, we get aroused, and then consequences happen. But emotional intelligence interferes at the middle 2 levels. Looking at the first, a stressor isn't a stressor unless it's perceived as such. And the second, if we can prevent sustained arousal, we can progress more efficiently. As a result of improving emotional intelligence skills, negative outcomes will go down, occupational stress will decrease, and so will outcomes like job dissatisfaction. But even better, emotional intelligence helps to increase positives associated with teaching. Research says that it's a significant predictor of active coping, that it builds resilience, and that it helps facilitate effective teaching. By running this program, the hope is not only to improve teachers' psychological health and well-being, but also to end up with an empirically supported program through detailed program evaluation. And maybe even facilitate the implementation of emotional intelligence training into teacher education. Thank you.